chill in Salt Lake for a few months waiting for my visa.
Holy shit.
I was in West Valley, and I can't remember, one day this SUV passes by with tinted windows, and there's these big ass poly dudes in it, and they called us over, and we're shitting our pants, but they gave us like $100 each, and they're like, "This is for you, elders.
What?
Buy some food," and we're like, "Aight, cool beans." And the same thing happened when I was in Mexico. It's a super shitty area. This SUV stops, calls us over. Narcos with fucking machine guns in there and shit. And they call us over and they're like, "You guys speak to God?" Right? We're like, "Yeah, sure we do." We're like, "Pray for us." And they gave us like 500 pesos a pop.
Jesus.
Speaking of Jesus, dude.
Oh yeah, speaking of Jesus.
You see that Obi Wan show?
The Jesus show.
The Jesus show. Dude, there was a legit Jesus show at like the last episode. I'm like,
That's when Jesus.
You know what the funniest post is? There's that post I can't remember, they put it on Reddit or some bullshit, and they're just like, so I went to my grandma's house and I replaced a picture of Jesus with a picture of Obi-Wan. And she still hasn't noticed yet.
I was saying the Jesus show.
Yeah.
Basically is. I never thought of him.
He looks like Jesus.
He does.
Is it wrong that I was rooting for Vader to win anyway?
Oh boy.
in my eyes, he won.
Who, Vader? Or
Yeah, and then Jesus cheated.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
resurrected from the
cheated.
ground, and he just flew up. I'm like, what bullshit is this?
It's just
He got the anime power up.
Yep.
He did.
Delayed victory, man.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, for a second, I thought he was just gonna fly out like Superman.
It's always the wild thing to me when you think about because obviously Star Wars doesn't understand what continuity is, but the idea that so Obi-Wan here, right? This is Luke is what, like fucking 9 or some bullshit.
10 years old.
He's 10. Okay, so it's been 10 years since the end of Episode 3, right?
Yeah.
Are we just jumping right into this?
I guess so.
We
Welcome
did.
to Totirap.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain is going on this rail.
You're good. I was just like, we're just going.
A perfect segue.
That is a
to
perfect
Jesus.
segue. And so, and it's funny to think, so how old do you think Luke is in Episode 4?
Dude, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, he has to be in
He's
like his mid 20s.
17, I believe. And
He's
the only reason I
17.
know that is because I'm in a job.
He dug
Look
deep.
it
Okay,
up.
so this is 7 years, right?
Yeah.
So in
I
7
believe
years,
so.
in 7
He
years,
didn't age well.
he goes from prime of his life, Ewan McGregor, to super old Alec Guinness in
Dude,
7 years.
Maybe, the stress in those 7 years just got to him.
He was chilling with Qui-Gon's Force Ghost too long.
Yeah. He's just doing it too long for Qui-Gon. That training,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
When you train dead people, you look like a dead person.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. It adds up.
It's just funny to me that's it's very insane to me when you think about like that time space, because in like 20 years the entire galaxy forgets everything.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like America.
It doesn't make any sense.
We
Or it
blink
kinda
and we're like,
does.
oh, we forgot what happened yesterday.
So
You
everyone
gotta
in the
remember, like
Star-
Harrison Ford or Han Solo, just like, oh yeah, Jedi, they don't exist, and it's like, dude, like
He's like-
20 years
he's like
ago, there was a
30.
whole war. How did you miss this scene?
he would have been like 10.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
you would have seen it.
Dude, they didn't teach that at school, bro.
Yeah, I didn't go to school for this. He didn't go to school at all.
It's like we talk about, like fucking Hitler and where he's born and what he did, right? Fucking Luke is in the planet where Space Hitler was born.
No, Palpatine's Space Hitler.
Yeah.
Vader is like
okay.
Stalin?
his lieutenant. Yeah, Stalin? Yeah,
No, he's
Space
more like
Stalin.
Goebbels. Or like or
Mussolini.
Himmler.
Which one of them killed children?
They all did.
They all do. Yeah.
They all did.
Shit,
But yeah,
man.
no, trust me, Star Wars and continuity. I made a whole video about how much
Yeah.
my first video is all about that and how you should celebrate Visions, for example, for not doing that.
For just being its own thing.
Yeah,
This would've
because
been
Star Wars
great.
always has issues with continuity.
No.
Disney has been
Nah.
Made it worse.
Disney has not been doing a good job with it. They had the prime opportunity, like, oh, we're going to make it right, and then Bad Batch came out and some other stuff came out. And
what's
they
so
just like,
fun-
nah.
What's so funny to me when you look at like Disney's handling of Star Wars, it's like their handling of Marvel is not as botched. You might make the argument nowadays it feels a little weird with the whole multiverse stuff and nothing really fits perfectly anymore. But everything leading up to everything from phase 1 to phase 3, I felt was handled really well for what it is. Sure, you can call them cookie cutter action films and, they all follow the same formula. But there is, to a certain degree, a certain respect for the source material of all these characters.
Another thing, too, is that Marvel MCU is different from Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
The problem is with Star Wars comics from Disney are supposed to be canon throughout the whole Disney Star Wars experience.
Yeah.
So so they release a comic based on Kanan during his first experience in the Order 66.
Yeah.
And you have the Bad Batch coming out and just says, nah, that doesn't exist anymore. You're like, guys, you erased all of Legends and Extended Universe so you can be canon and you're already messing it up. You have a book series where you explain, the Rancor pit is dead in Tatooine. And then the next few days later, book of Boba Fett comes out. It's like, the Rancor, Narsak pit.
Yep.
The Narsak pit is still alive and doing crap. So I've been.
It just doesn't make any sense. It's like going through Fate.
Dude,
Everything is canon. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. Continuity be damned. But it's
they
all
might as well
canon.
just do that and just be like, fuck it, we don't care. It's like, he's like 10 in this movie, and the same age he's 14 in this one.
You know what's the best way in my head to justify it? It's like going through Greek myth. Because this is kind of what this is, right? It's the idea of a long time ago, galaxy far, far away. This is myth and legends, right?
Yeah.
Greek continuity, non-existent. So this is the same shit.
They're horrible writers back then, is what you're saying.
The joys of oral tradition, right? Before writing and everything puts the continuity be damned. It doesn't really matter. What God did, whenever, it doesn't matter. And I think that's kind of where Star Wars is.
Dude, should they do they're in a ship, they go into hyperspace, but then they break that time continuum and it creates a multiverse and they reset the whole timeline.
Multiverse of Star Wars?
It just turns into fucking Doctor Who.
That's what people want. Some people are like, they're changing the whole thing so the sequels don't exist anymore. I'm like, okay, guys.
I don't think that's what they're trying to do at all. I think they're just like, pump out content if it doesn't make sense. That's your fault for being stupid.
People just watch it. Who's gonna pay attention if it doesn't make sense?
Yeah.
You guys read the comic books? Wow, nerds.
Fucking nerds.
Star Wars is not a big IP. No one pays attention to it, I guess. Yeah.
You read the Aftermath books? Nerd.
Who reads nowadays when you can watch a show?
That still doesn't make sense, but it's fine if you don't think about it.
I think going into this show, right? Going into Obi Wan, it's like there's things I wish the show would have done that it just ends up just not doing. Yeah. And then it just does all this other stuff that's extremely unnecessary. Yeah. There's moments where you're like, sure, I appreciate, the fan servicey stuff just because I like the fan servicey stuff. But there's stuff that I wish they would have done, references to older films and previous and all this that they don't do. Mm-hmm. Because
I'm curious. Does anyone really wanted this show? Because I never wanted this show to happen.
I didn't even think that this show would be a thing.
I mean, I
didn't care.
I mean that's kind of where I'm at. It's more of when I heard there was going to be an Obi-Wan property, right? Yeah. And it was supposed to be in between, Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. It's not something I asked for, but in my head, obviously me thinking about it, I mean, it did obviously there's the opportunity that it could be a really compelling story, which is always the case with a lot of these ideas and premises, right? You can see the diamond in the rough. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as things progressed and it was originally going to be a film and all that stuff like that. And I mean, I probably actually would have preferred that and have it be a little more concise and tight, wound tight. And I'm like, well, there's the opportunity to tell a really interesting story of this man that, had everything just shattered for him, basically. His whole world just destroyed. His friend
in 24 hours.
Yeah. His friend becomes the right hand of Space Hitler.
And murders children.
Murders everything they held dear.
Not everyone. Some of them survive.
True.
Yeah, oh, that's true, I guess.
And like you would have this story of this broken and beaten man who's watching over his friend's kid because he doesn't want his friend to find him, and that confrontation between the two and knowing he's alive. There could have been a really good, compelling story, which is why I like the last 2 episodes of this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but everything else this show does, sucks.
Yeah, gosh. The problem is there's like a lot of that's the problem with a lot of the Disney stuff is like there's some good moments and some good ideas, but then they just do something that just totally just throws it off tilt, and it's like you're so close.
Well, I think
you were so close.
The issue with a lot of these like Star Wars things, they're always trying to like force it down like one type of route or add characters that don't need to be into it.
Yeah.
Because like obviously Star Wars, everyone knows Luke, Leia, like your main cast. But they're like, okay, we're gonna do Star Wars. They have to have these characters in it, no matter what. Why do we need them here? Because they need to be. Trust me.
Yeah. It's like stuffing a sausage. You just like grind the grinder, and you have the little casing. Like everything just
jam it in there.
The Skywalkers always have to be in it.
Yeah, because they were just because Leia and Luke are in this. Leia is basically main sidekick, I guess. I don't know, shitty ass character she is, but it just
what you didn't like Leia?
Hated Leia. Wish she died. I was like, oh, she's gonna get killed here. I hope she dies, but she doesn't.
Well, later on she does.
She was annoying at first. And then she grew on me. I'm like, she's pretty badass as a kid.
It took her like 3 episodes to finally grow.
I liked her. I actually liked her a lot.
I didn't mind her.
I didn't like her.
I want to say I liked her. I didn't mind her too much. She's one of the better like child companions that we've had.
I don't know if I don't know if I really like hate. I don't hate her or her character. I just hate that arc is there. Is more my thing.
Yeah. I'm so conflicted because it feels like it sort of works, but it feels like it doesn't at the same time.
Yeah.
It helps redeem Obi Wan a little bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe they should have done something different.
Mm-hmm.
And it sort of makes sense of why like Leia is like, oh, I got like a new hope of like, oh, we gotta see Obi Wan because he's the last person and all this stuff.
Yeah. Which
and
like,
she has past, interactions with him, so it kind of makes that whole thing a little more sense.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Has Luke always been Skywalker, or his adopted family?
He's always been Skywalker. That's been like the weirdest thing about this whole thing. He's never been like
the adopted family. Were they Skywalkers, or they were like?
I think they're Skywalkers. I actually don't know that. Are they not?
Because it'd be weird if like Luke Skywalker and then it's like Owen the farmer.
Well, because Owen is the kid of the man who marries Anakin's mom.
Okay. Yeah, no. Owen is
Lars.
Shnee's
Lars is the
uncle,
family name.
or brother.
Oh, Lars. Owen Lars. Yeah.
So how the fuck is he Luke
Lars.
Skywalker?
Thank you, Lars. Yeah, that's his name.
Did someone like later on in his life were like, actually, you're not Luke Lars, you're Luke Skywalker? He's like, what?
I think he's always been Skywalker. I can't remember.
So he knows they're not his real parents.
Probably, yeah.
You think so?
Well, yes, he knows because he calls them Uncle Ben and Uncle what's her name? Yeah,
Owen.
Or he calls them Uncle Ben and Uncle Aunt Aru.
Yeah, it's Uncle Owen. Yeah.
Yeah. So he knows that they're not
his
his parents.
Gotcha.
Because remember, they tell the whole story in A New Hope where it's like, oh, your dad fought in like the Clone Wars or some bullshit and he died.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Luke knows that he's adopted and everything like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And Leia knows that also and everything. And she knew that even before meeting Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Dude, he had a badass name before. Sorry, I'm just trying to look for more
Star Killer
stuff. Star Killer. I didn't know that was his
that was the original name
of the last name.
Don't get me started on Star Killer.
Was that like foreshadowing?
Like Darth Vader?
Jeez.
But go ahead.
I don't know. Like, I liked Leia. I didn't mind. Let's say I didn't dislike Leia in that whole plot line.
I felt she took too long to get anything to where she was. Because it was like I felt like 3 episodes was her like, oh no, fuck you, I've been kidnapped. He comes to save her. He's like, I don't trust you.
Which in my head it makes sense. It's like, stranger
Yeah, it makes
danger.
sense.
I don't know you.
Yeah, but then he's like fucking like fighting red lightsaber people.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't trust you. These red lightsaber people
he's
must
not
be
fighting
good.
red lightsaber people yet. It wasn't until like he was shooting bounty hunters, and then he used the Force to save her, and then she's like,
It's when he
"Oh,
used the Force
you
to
actually
save
are a
her."
Jedi."
He could have done that forever ago. Like, yeah, look, watch this shit. I'm a Jedi. She's like, oh, wow, I'll trust you.
I think one of my biggest things with this show is like I hate when like an established character is dumbed down to provide conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this
It's
one makes a little more sense. He hasn't used the Force in 10 years.
I mean, that's fine, and I can understand him being rusty, but I never figured Obi-Wan as a person who makes some of the decisions he does in this show.
Okay.
That's more my thing. I understand he might be rusty, even though allegedly, right? I mean, they obviously change this and it becomes the end state at the end of the show anyway.
Yeah.
He was meant to go train from Qui-Gon since the end of episode 3. It's been 10 years. So, and the thing is, and the whole point of him in episode 3 and at the end, he was supposed to go train Luke, like eventually, right? He's supposed to do all these things. So you would think he'd keep up with what he was because he understands the universe is out to get him, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the way they go with this. And I mean, that's fine, understandable. He wants to be a bum. He can't find Qui-Gon, whatever. So that's
Well, I think this whole reason of the show is to like Obi-Wan's first thought is to like, okay, I need to disconnect myself because I failed. And by the end of the show, that's not what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be connected.
No. I understand that. And that's the way they go. It's just interesting to me that the end state of this show is what was supposed to be already the end state even before this. So
do you feel like this show created more questions than answers to bridge those two movies?
No. I don't feel like
I think the only
added
question
anything.
we have is Reva.
Yeah.
The third sister.
I think that's the only question I have left right now is Reva.
Where is she?
What is she? What is she doing?
She's
Yes.
an orphan.
She is
No shit.
she is the fourth, fifth person, eighth person to know about Luke's existence before New Hope.
Yep.
And no one
Sorry, I
snitched,
feel like
dude.
think of all the people who actually know who Luke is, and I just kept on
Nobody
going up.
snitched.
nobody snitched.
Nobody snitched. They just kept it to themselves.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Bro.
so it's so weird. It's like now
Real
Reva
bros.
knows this important thing.
When did she
Where
die?
is she now?
She died.
What's gonna happen?
What happens in the 7 years between this and New Hope?
Yeah, it's actually
She
10 years.
just-
I think I looked it up. It's 10 years. I
Oh,
think.
so he's 20.
It's like 20.
Yeah. 19.
I want to know if they do a season 2, why he didn't end up training Luke.
I think. Well, he said at the end of this show, like he's like, it's better to have the boy have a normal life
For now.
for now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
until the
thought he was
time
gonna-
comes. Yeah,
And then
he yeah.
Or is he just waiting for Luke to come to him, and that's their justification in episode 4 of?
Is that what they say or something weird like that?
I don't remember.
Because then he dies, and then he goes to train with Yoda or whatever the fuck.
Luke?
Yeah.
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 That's why, but in episode 4, like he has no idea who he thinks Ben is the crazy old dude in the desert.
He goes to Ben because R2D2 runs off looking for Ben. They get attacked by Tusken Raiders, and then
Ben saves him.
Ben's like, "Oh, it's me. That is me." And then they talk to Luke, and then Ben's like, "Oh shit, your uncle and aunt are in trouble." Then they get vaporized, and that's how that journey begins.
He's not like, holy shit, Uncle Ben, I haven't seen you in 10 years.
No, he has like no idea who this guy. He just knows him as the crazy old man in the desert.
Damn.
And if it wasn't for the message of Leia and A New Hope being like, "Yo, save me," right? He's like, "What, the crazy old man in the desert?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because New Hope is the archetypal hero's journey story.
Yeah.
It follows all the tropes, and that is the trope. What's weird to me is when we went back and we decided to go through everything leading up to this point,
Yeah.
it like throws all those tropes and ideas out the window. And it's like, we don't need this anymore.
There's shit on movie 4.
Yeah.
Damn.
I guess. I'm not
Just-
really seeing it that way. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just my Star Wars isms.
So it's like
Maybe it is.
it's like a good thread or whatever, and they're just like, let's just put this needle in here and just let us pull. And that happened to them.
I don't know. I mean, that's to me the whole impetus of Star Wars as it was when George Lucas created it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like that was what it was supposed to be.
I think he's shitting his pants now. Like, what have they done?
Again, like you also gotta realize what happens with like he changed everything from New Hope afterwards of Star Wars, like the lightsabers being like these heavy things. Now they're like, okay, we can actually use them a little bit more.
You can have Yoda zipping around the battlefield with his fucking lightsaber.
Yeah. So a lot of the New Hope stuff is just, it's hard to be like, oh, the New Hope is like the definitive Star Wars, because a lot of New Hope is like retroactively changed, and even Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
So it's because I think Lucas just didn't think like, oh, Vader is always going to be Luke's father, and Leia and Luke were going to be brother and sister, and the lightsabers were going to be moving like this way. It's a lot more stuff. A little bit of incest. Those two films.
Yeah. Well, I know there was a lot of like rewrites and stuff in between each film.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, because I know episode 6 was supposed to be something completely different than what it ended up being.
Oh gosh, yeah. Six had a really funky schedule.
Yeah. So I mean, I can understand. You can make the argument, right, that Star Wars has always had a continuity problem.
Yeah, it has.
And I feel like it's one of those things that it becomes more and more apparent when you try to provide backstory for what you already established to be not organized.
Telling me they're still on task with the lack of continuity.
Sure,
yes,
it's on brand.
It's on brand. Awesome.
It's on brand.
So what do you think about the third sister, the sister?
I thought she had a great arc on episode 5 and 6, and the rest of her arc made no goddamn sense. Because she, to me, never gets explained. She's just like, I want Obi-Wan. Episode 2, and like, I still want Obi-Wan. Yeah. They're like, but why?
I also know that Anakin is Vader.
Yeah.
A super secret that no one really knows.
Because I saw him kill everybody.
And he killed me, but not.
Well, like, how does you know he's Darth Vader, bro? He killed children, right?
Yeah.
And then how she's like, they look alike. I know who he is.
I can see through the mask.
Yeah.
I can see the burns. I know what they are.
How do you know he got burned? How does he know?
She felt the high ground from him. I thought, skipping ahead real quick, you know the last scene when he gets buried a bit?
Dude, I was thinking that
I thought you were like, I now have the high ground.
I the high ground now. God, I was waiting for that line, and then I was like, disappointed.
Sorry, but I don't know. Her character, I think, is just one of the worst written characters of the show. Like, it just took way too long for her to.
I feel like she didn't get developed. She was just like a plot device.
And that's the issue. She was just a plot device because she kidnapped Leia to get to Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan's now supposed to go to different planets to rescue Leia and all this stuff, and she's just kind of there.
But
I thought her like identity was super protected, right? So how she just like easily like, oh yeah, Leia is connected to this guy, so that's why she like made this whole like convoluted plan. And I'm just
the whole reason why she knows. The reason why she did this whole thing is because Obi-Wan and Organa were good friends. So she kidnaps Organa's daughter, not realizing the importance of Leia, I think. That's the whole reason why. It's the Organa thing, not because she's Luke's daughter or Anakin's daughter. It's because
how come Anakin
I can get Obi-Wan out if Vader, I get a friend to call him. If he phones a friend. If a friend phones him.
I thought he did try to look for his kids.
Did he?
In the comics, I think.
Yes, he did.
But
in the Darth Vader comics, he looks.
Are those still real?
I don't know.
Do those count anymore?
There's the Darth Vader comics where he goes balls to the walls and he goes to Naboo and trashes Padme's tomb and all this stuff to look for signs of the kids and everything. He goes to that secret base where they were birthed. Just a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
That's kind of when he starts to fully lose his mind, I think.
He's like, fuck the universe.
Yeah, when he starts going full Vader.
I think he's like, I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
I do enjoy. I mean, this is like a small detail in the show. I do enjoy how his voice is like in the tradition, like in a transitionary like kind of period.
Yeah.
Like you can still hear Hayden Christensen, but you can start hearing James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool.
They did a
little-
really good job with
I thought
that
that was
whole
kinda
his
cool.
voice stuff.
Yeah.
I do wish Hayden Christensen was in it more. Like
Yeah.
more of that arc of the before time.
Like I'm mixed because I didn't want too many flashbacks,
Yeah, makes sense.
but
But I
I was
wanted
happy.
all the
I was happy with the flashback we got and like how they did it.
Yes.
I feel
That episode 5, I believe, was like holy crap. They did that flashback sequence amazingly.
That was my favorite episode. Number 5 was like the best episode
it's
for
real
me.
good. It's real good.
Yeah,
My favorite
I think
was the last.
I think that's probably my favorite too.
I feel like at least for Hayden Christensen, and this is probably outside of the films, because I feel like Clone Wars in my eyes redeems his character to me a lot over
Yes.
what the films kind of have him be. And so that's the only reason I felt like kind of happy that he'd be there as a Vader and stuff, and hopefully they would try to go more on that like character driven stuff that I feel like Clone Wars did so well for him. And then it just I think I just had a vision for this film that they obviously didn't have.
And that's the thing. That's why I didn't want this thing to come out, because I knew everyone's gonna be like, "Ooh, we want all the Clone Wars reimaginings, and we want Hayden and do this, and we want Obi Wan to do this, and we get Reva."
What do you say?
And that's the thing, like I don't even need like the flashbacks or anything. I just wanted this show just to be the whole thing, just to be about that conflict between Vader and Obi-Wan. That's what I wanted this whole thing to be. Nothing else. Like how you get there, I mean, I guess you have to find some form of plot device to get there, but I don't think it's that
but
difficult.
It didn't need to take an hour and a half to 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was thinking. Like, we didn't need to have Reva as the pushing forward.
No.
You could have just had Vader do it. Like,
And it's sad because I truly believe, because I feel like this is like two shows in one.
Yes,
And I do truly believe that like an Inquisitor show would be interesting in its own right.
I think.
Because they're just cool characters. Like when you see them in Rebels and
cool.
stuff, I mean,
Yeah.
they're dope.
They're fun.
They got
They're fun.
They got dope ass spinning lightsabers.
we didn't see a single person fly in this show. How
Yeah.
dare they?
I know, right? and
Damn.
and that's the thing, right? It's like I feel like that would be interesting all in of itself, right? Even if it's not fully live action, fuck it. I mean, Bad Batch was okay. Like Rebels and Clone Wars was good. I mean, you could do it in that same vein and style. I don't know, but like an Inquisitor show would be fine in of itself. It's not like it needed to be something shoehorned into here, just to very lazily push the plot forward
Oh, yeah.
to reach the point where everyone wanted from the get go.
Yeah.
So I can see Reva's character working some way, and I've been thinking about this a lot.
Okay.
I think my main problem with Reva is her knowing that Anakin is Vader
Okay.
and her whole thing. I like the idea of Reva wanting to get revenge on Obi-Wan for training Anakin,
Yeah.
and her being like, "Oh, Anakin killed everyone. Anakin's the whole reason why." But if she like knew that Vader killed Anakin, like how Vader says, "I killed Anakin Skywalker," and she's like, "Well, fuck, Vader killed Anakin. I'm going to go after next best guy, Obi-Wan." That's my whole thing.
You know what I felt like how her story would have been interesting to me?
How?
Have you ever seen a movie called, I think it's called Valkyrie with Tom Cruise?
No, I haven't.
About it's about like a group of, so the Allies put together a group to try to assassinate Hitler, and
Okay.
they obviously failed.
Yeah.
So I could see a story of her going or trying to go like very Count of Monte Cristo route, through, she joins this group, she does all these things, but her goal is to get to the big guy.
Yeah.
And then obviously we know that's not going to work out because Vader makes it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that would be a much more compelling story for her than everything else that this kind of goes
If she
through.
would have had her own show kind of spin off.
Sure.
That's
Like
the thing,
I said,
it's just
like,
that whole show thing. Yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
if it was that, this whole thing was its own like show and its own arc, and let's say she was the main character,
I
right?
would have liked that a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's say her whole
Yeah.
impetus is I want to get back at this guy who almost killed me, right?
Yeah.
And that's her whole thing, and it almost feels like in that vein, right? Like I said, that the Valkyrie vein of we're trying to kill this super, evil dictator person, right?
Yeah.
And eventually she does all these things, and sure, she fails, but that doesn't mean she can't have a redeeming or a powerful character arc in the process of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even feel
It's just
she got redeemed at the end of the show.
It's just Vader 2 OP.
Yeah. Oh god, way too OP. That scene in episode 5 was just amazing.
Yeah.
I think personally, my favorite thing about her is
Yeah.
the memes that came out from her.
Oh god,
I
yeah.
haven't seen
Holy crap.
any fun.
My favorite meme, so it's on the wiki of Star Wars, and it's like Grand Inquisitor, and it shows that guy, and it says his date from blah 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 to blah blah blah. Shows hers like one day, and then shows him again. I'm like, yeah, that's what she deserves, a whole half a day of Grand
So
Inquisitor.
bad. There's like a meme of like impractical jokers where they're like, tell Vader that she's the Grand Inquisitor, and now they're in the back of the room like laughing, being like, it's just Reva's just a character, man.
So,
Some surprised Vader didn't kill her. Just like stab.
I really am surprised they just didn't kill her. She survived 2 lightsaber stabs. I don't know, man.
Bullshit, dude.
it instantly cauterizes it.
Yeah.
Fucking Grand Inquisitor survived it too. He's just like, stab. I'm fine.
I remember when he fucking dies, I'm like, they just gonna do my boy like that?
I'm like,
I watched
They
Rebels.
did.
This guy was a badass. How the fuck
I'm
did he
like,
die in
technically,
like
I know
the
he-
second
I know he
episode of the
survives.
show?
It's in the fucking show.
You're
You
telling me
survived past
Qui-Gon
this.
could have survived that just one stab from the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
So many can't survive stabs apparently, but all the dark side people are like, nah, not
They're like,
anymore.
okay.
Just
So
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Anakin survived having all of his limbs cut off and being lit on fire, right?
yeah.
That's true.
instant cartelization.
I feel
Yeah.
like he got upgraded.
Yeah.
They did.
You bionic arms and legs, dude. I don't know. That's a pretty good deal.
You just, have to,
dope-ass
you just have
mask.
to breathe through, this mask thing.
It's gonna be
but now
ugly
you're
and bald.
now you're super intimidating.
Yeah.
Very
You get
scary.
a cool cape.
You do.
If someone sees you in a dark hallway, they
He's
shit
just a
their pants.
badass character.
Oh, that scene in fucking Rogue One. But yeah, that
I
is
know,
beside the
man.
point.
That's what I was thinking the whole time watching this. I was like, dude, that scene in Rogue One was perfect.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning,
Yeah.
That's
menacing. I like
that's
it.
the most beautiful I think I've seen Vader. You're just like, that guy is so scary. I love
Dude,
him.
I want to see a scary show of just Darth Vader murdering people in the dark.
I picture it's all like people like hiding, like, oh god, we're scared.
What
And
you
it's
hear?
just-
What is he? What is he? Fucking Jason X now? Michael Myers with the breathing.
Yes.
Basically, he kind of felt that way during the show too. Like during like a
did.
few
Yeah.
of those episodes, like when he first meets Obi Wan.
Oh,
That
the
whole
one shitty
scene.
planet. Yeah, that was cool. And then he's
Where he-
dude, he starts like burning him on the shit. I'm like, dude, that's
Oh man, I
badass.
was like, oh
That's
shit,
dirty.
man.
You're doing him dirty.
the part that I thought was the dumbest was when they're taking off in the ship and he pulls down the one ship,
That shit
tears
was
it
badass.
apart, and then the other ship leaves.
And he's like, fuck it, they're too far.
He's just not like, okay, I'll just grab you down this time.
Maybe there's
It's
like
out,
a,
it's out of my range. It's out
yeah.
of my
Maybe
force
there's a
range.
limit, dude.
Maybe he used a
There's only
special.
like 5 feet difference from the other
Like, you know
ship.
when you have like a special gauge
Yeah.
and he
Yeah,
used it
he-
on that
he- oh,
ship.
yeah.
So he's like, fuck, I used my superpower. I can't.
I can't do it again.
Use my super meter.
He's
I need to
Superman.
get more combos to use the meter again.
No, that's what it is. I gotta kill more younglings, and then I can
He used
yank
this.
down a ship
He used the
again.
super. He needs more minions to die before he can use it again.
Yeah.
It's on. It's
Looks like he needs to get the combo meter up again. He needs
His,
to kill more rebels.
his GCD's on cooldown.
Damn it! It's a 2-day cooldown. Fuck.
You know which character I liked? It was said Vel. Her name was
Oh, the
she was like
Imperial.
the spy.
Yeah.
I
No
like,
spy?
I like,
Yeah.
I like her character. I was sad when she died. Spoilers.
I don't know why she had to die. It's so weird.
She also died in like such a weird way. It was just
I
like,
was gonna
No.
ask
I
It's
defend,
so-
I die.
if a lightsaber just immediately cauterizes, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Does a pistol
blaster?
a
Yeah.
blaster also do that? Or
Probably.
does
I
it
would
instantly
think
die?
I don't think you instantly die.
Well, it's a difference between a laser and plasma, and then
Oh,
it's
yeah,
going
it's
on
true.
with the halo.
She
and
gets
then-
shot once in the
But
stomach.
they're both
right?
like
I'm
fucking plasma. If you think about
Well,
it,
yeah, but
there's no way.
plasma's like
There's
a
no way.
god.
There's no way a lightsaber is just light because it'd be a gun.
One's
You'd just
powered
be
by
like,
crystal, one's powered by energy. bolts.
right.
Sure. I don't know.
I think.
I don't know how this shit works.
I'm trying to remember.
None of us are physicists.
I don't know how this shit works. I saw a guy make a lightsaber before, and it looks kind of similar. So it must be something like that, right?
Technically, isn't it a plasma saber? You know?
Basically,
That's not
or
right.
else how would it have form?
Saber. It's not a lightsaber.
I mean, sure, man.
All I picture.
Then what the fuck's the dark saber made out of?
I don't
Fucking
know.
dark matter?
All I picture is the College
Yes.
Humor skit.
Yeah.
You guys ever see it? Where it's the guy with the lightsaber, but has adjustments. So he like cranks it down.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he just cranks it all the way up and shoots through the roof and cuts the ship in half. He's like, oh shit. That's an old skit.
That is.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
But
It's almost like the meme when Luke is looking at the lightsaber and he looks at like the end of it.
He looks like the
End of credits.
like a safety feature of those, because like every time they're falling down, they like shut off or
Yeah.
something. Like, are they that quick on their finger, or are they
Dude,
just like?
it's like, yeah, when Obi Wan was falling in that hole,
Yeah,
right? I
it
was like,
shuts
dude,
off.
what if you just like, oh no.
Is it like your phone? You know, if you fall down, it can call the police.
It's like when you play Knights of the Old Republic and you get two double-ended lightsabers and you do the one weird flourish move and it cuts your head off.
Just goes through your body.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like those saws where like if it detects your finger, it shuts off.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah. That's what that technology is.
You just slightly get burned. You're like, oh god, oh it's off. Okay,
Oh, it's
we're
off. We're good. There's a sensor in the plasma or the light or whatever it is.
But it can register the good and the evil. That's why you have a blue lightsaber and a red one.
Oh yeah,
the blues
sure.
can't
Yes.
hurt the good people.
Yes,
and the reds
because that's
can-
how that works, right?
it
Dude,
does.
there's
Totally.
It's like laser tag.
Just don't think about
There's this scene
episode 1 or 2.
with Obi-Wan. It's when they're in the mining planet
Uh-huh.
and he's fighting the
Okay.
stormtroopers with his lightsaber, and he beats the same one like 3 times with the lightsaber. I'm like, bro, I thought that shit would just like cut through. He just like
technically
smacks
should.
them like
You
3
gotta get through
times.
the armor. The armor somewhat works now.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened in 10
Upgrade.
years?
Yeah,
It
with
got
the
degraded.
degrades.
It's the same armor. They
I
just
don't know
move
how
it
many
up.
how many stormtroopers do they actually kill, like with a lightsaber in the original trilogy?
Well,
I don't think
original
so.
trilogy? 0.
I don't think that. Yeah, that doesn't happen.
The only time they kill him is a reflection of
Yeah.
the laser.
Let me think.
So they kill themselves.
Technically,
Luke doesn't kill any stormtroopers with lightsabers in third movie. Don't mind me. I'm thinking now. Wow. No stormtroopers die by lightsabers in the original
Yeah.
trilogy, I think.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just robots, right?
The robots get cut. Yeah,
Robots,
I do remember.
Wampa arms,
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
a lot of
'cause
arms.
Darth
getting
Vader
looked up.
arm.
Because I know he kills the people at the beginning of 6.
Yes,
In the
he
Jabba the Hutt
he
escape.
kills Gamorrean guard arms. A lot of arms. I'm
Did
now
kill
thinking about
Boba
it.
Fett?
It's like
He
Dead
gets
Space.
dropped into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Who got his head cut off in number
That's
2?
Django.
Oh, that guy.
That's his dad.
That Django.
that
That's his
guy
dad.
died.
And that was prequels.
Lightsaber.
That was prequels. I was thinking
Oh,
original
okay.
trilogy.
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
I don't think.
Here's my question then. So obviously this is after the Mandalorian, right?
Okay.
Because you know how the Mandalorian armor is like lightsaber proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
does that mean Mace Windu just kind of like found that exact place where there's none of that
Oh,
armor?
yeah.
to
Yeah,
cut
there's
Jango's
that
head
little,
off?
like I said, there's no Mandalorian plates between that neck
Yeah, it's
and the
just
neck.
that rubber
Okay, so
piece.
that's how he does it. Okay,
Yeah.
so he knows. He's like I've killed Mandalorians before.
All he needs to do is just lift his shoulders up a little bit, and he's immune to.
So what you're
lightsabers.
telling me is Jango Fett could have just tried to face tank the fucking lightsaber and he would have survived.
Yeah,
he went for a
if he
headbutt?
if he headbutted the lightsaber, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Dude, you know who headbutted a lightsaber? Darth Vader.
Oh
He
God,
did.
yeah. Oh, that
Dude,
scene.
That scene
That
was,
last
oof.
scene, man.
Dude, that last episode fight reminded me of the last Airbender. Like the last fight.
Oh, the one
yeah.
between Aang and,
and the
Sozai.
Fire Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it
Ozai.
reminded
Fire
me.
Lord Ozai. Yeah.
I can see it. That's a stretch, but I can see it.
Dude, especially when he comes back to life like Jesus, right? With all the rocks and just starts swinging at him. Like, bro, how is
Yeah.
he not dead?
He hit his point with his chakras. And he entered the Avatar state.
He did.
Oh my god! I love the scene even more now.
I
now-
know.
but
Like
now-
that's the thing about the show. Like the writing stuff is so weird. It's like this cool moment with Vader and everything like that, and you could kill him, Obi-Wan could kill Vader right
He-
there.
he could
There's
have
no
ended
reason
everything.
for him to not kill Vader.
Oh, then he's
Vader
Because
like,
they're bros.
yeah.
Broken and everything like that, and he's just like, just kill him. He can do it.
What does he say at the end? He's like, "See you later." Like,
Darth.
So what now? No, that means father, right? So that's just
No.
weird.
No, Vader's father.
Vader?
Darth is what they just put in front of all the Sith.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like
okay.
Lord or,
Yeah,
Or
which is
what?
even weirder.
something
I
Lord
think they just try
Father?
and make it so like that's the reason why Obi-Wan's calling him Darth in New Hope.
Because he's Sith. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have
It's
just.
ugh.
He could have
You know,
saved
you know,
the
what's,
universe.
you know what's something I wish they would have did?
What?
There is a scene, I think it's in episode 6, when Vader is talking to Luke. And he talks about how Obi-Wan tried to stop him. Or like told him not to keep going on the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that doesn't happen in the prequels fully. Like after he's already kind of joined. There's no there's no come to Jesus moment. But Vader mentions that happens at some point. And I thought this would be the place to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
it
they
doesn't.
sort of did.
It kinda.
It went the route, but not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't.
Very
The whole
superficial.
speech that Vader gave to Obi was like, "I killed Anakin" and all this stuff, and it's just like, then why are you chasing Obi-Wan? If you're not pissed that he killed, like he did this to you, and you're fine with this, why are you chasing him around?
Because he just wants to kill Jedis, dude. It's in his blood.
I mean, it's just it. I
But
think
there's more
because
Jedis out there.
because in my mind, I think Vader's more pissed off that Obi-Wan. I could see Vader saying like, "Oh, Obi-Wan, that's the one that killed Padme," because he
Yeah.
blames that's what happens in the prequels.
Yes.
And
yes.
that he kills his family, and he took away his chance of being the emperor because that's what Anakin wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I'm a little pissed that they just didn't push that a little bit more of just like, you killed my love, you killed my family, you took my empire away from me. It's just like,
I hate you.
yeah, it's just like we're like that rawness could have been there, but it's just like, nah, it's just they
So-
just missed that.
if he killed all those desires by killing Anakin, then what's his purpose now? To just be
I know.
a Muppet for Hitler?
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
And they
He's
kind
just a
of hinted
follower
that at the
now?
very end of the show. It's like, okay, my puppet, you need to. Why are you chasing Obi-Wan? You need to stop now. Do my bidding.
He's like, we got more bigger fries to kill. You know, fuck
Like
it.
who?
No one.
That's the thing. It's so weird.
Random Jedis.
At this point, it's probably just Palpatine trying to hunt Yoda down.
Yeah, probably at that
Yeah.
point, yeah.
This
Well,
little green shit came into my office 18 years ago, and I've been trying to get him. Screw you and your Bernie boy. It's the green little one.
There's this little mouse. He just won't die.
He just won't fucking die. I hate his speech affectation.
I don't understand what he's saying to me.
He's racist.
Yeah.
Is that how they all speak?
He is
Is that how-
racist.
is-
Palpatine
is
is
that-
extremely racist.
Is that? Oh yeah, he is. Is that how
Oh,
Grogu's
yeah, he
gonna
is.
speak in the
Yeah.
future? He's
I
gonna
hope
speak like
so.
Yoda.
I hope so.
God. There's that like little cartoon I saw like years ago when Skywalker came out where like Emperor Palpatine dies and Yoda's ghost like sees him and he's like, aha, no, you're dead. He's like, no, I'm not dead. He's like, what? Yeah, I'm not dead. I'll come back in another 20 years.
I got clones, bitch.
Yeah.
And a granddaughter, apparently.
Apparently.
Who knows?
You know, we talked about
yeah.
all these God tier characters. There's the one Jedi we didn't talk about.
Haja?
Yeah.
Yeah, the real Jedi, the true Jedi.
The
true Jedi.
The truest of Jedi.
Dude. That really took me away from the show. When he joined, I'm like, that's a comedian. Why is he here?
I know, it's so
He's
funny.
the one guy from the one show.
What
Eternals.
show? Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh yeah,
from
he is
Camille.
Eternals. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Is it Camille? Camille Nanjiani?
Yeah.
That's all I saw.
Neil-
I'm like, that's the Eternals guy.
That's the Eternal. Is that even? That's the comedian guy.
He's not a comedian anymore.
That's the
I just knew he was a
Eternals guy.
comedian. I forgot he was in Eternals. I
That's what I
wiped
thought
that
was-
show from my brain.
Good. But yeah, when I saw him and I'm like, at first I was like, oh, he's going to be an actual Jedi? What a weird take for a Jedi
And
character.
I was like, oh.
And then he's a fake
Well,
guy.
well,
I'm
it's
okay.
it's like Bill Burr is a bounty hunter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bill Burr
Yeah.
showed up
But
for
that was fine for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
like 2 episodes between
True.
2 shows.
Yeah, it's true.
But this guy, he also showed up for, I'd like, say, fucking, 15 minutes of screen time, maybe?
He was the comedic relief. Because at the end, he's like...
He showed up a lot in the 2nd episode, and he came back the 5th episode and 6th episode.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
For whatever reason. Or just like...
Just to be there.
Just to be funny.
He's just like,
He was just
I
being
feel like
funny.
I need to help people now.
Yeah. Like, okay, dude.
I now feel like...
lots of people.
I feel like now being a real Jedi.
Oh, God. The one that got me was when Leia was trying to fix the gate, right?
Yeah.
And then the people were like, we have to hurry up. Like, how much does he have? And he's like, how much longer? She's like, almost soon. I'm just like, what?
Great dialogue.
Great
thanks.
dialogue.
Beautiful.
Can I have my time back?
Some Tarantino level shit right
Dude,
here.
you know who's the best character in the show?
Who's that?
Lola.
Bunny?
Yeah.
The robot.
Lola, the robots.
The robot. That was best character.
I forgot that.
Oh God! Now I'm just thinking of dumb, like deviant art stuff you can do with that robot with little bunny.
Oh.
Oh no!
First I thought
Why
you
have you
meant
said that?
the other robot.
I
That
thought you were
was
talking
in,
like
for
Rule
half a second.
34, that poor robot, dude.
You got
Yeah,
two
probably.
I'm just now
robots.
thinking of the robot and the Lola bunny like outfit.
Oh.
That's funny.
You want me to look up Lola 34 and see what pops up?
You know what's
No,
I
Who
don't.
knows?
You know
We
what's
already
gonna
had our
pop up, and
hentai
it's
episode.
not
You
gonna
don't
be
need
the
to do this
robot.
again.
It's R2D2 and Lola.
It's R2.
Oh.
Great, thanks. Thanks, I hate it.
C3PO.
I am processing your data now.
He has that little thing that sticks out and
Also, got to realize RTT2
it
is like
plugs in.
20-ish years old, like 25 years old, and Lola is like a new robot.
This a robot that, never mind.
R2's even older than that, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
later.
I know.
Wait, where
he's
did they find
he's
R2?
Naboo.
I don't remember.
He's Naboo age. He's episode 1 age.
No, I know, but
How old is R2?
was
Never
was R2 already was in the ship?
Yeah, he was. So he's R.
Where did they find R2? I don't remember.
I
He's
thought he
always
was
been there.
with,
He was in. He was. His first appearance was in that spaceship on Naboo when they were getting shot at, and they need to we need to fix the shield generators. Send out the droids.
And then he goes beep boop beep boop.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he goes out
He
with
goes
the other
fingers
droids,
things.
and all his friends get murdered besides him.
He finger
Oh,
bangs
that's
things.
right. That's right. And he's the only one that survives, and that's where they find him.
Yeah,
'Cause I know
that's his
Ana-
debut.
'cause Anakin
R2D2
makes
is actually
C-3PO.
66 years old.
Oh my god,
shit.
dude! Imagine a piece of
robot.
electronics lasts you like
66 years old.
Dude, my phone's gonna last maybe another half a year.
Dude, the batteries on this man.
That's why he shuts down in
It's
the
like
new
it's
movies.
even C3PO. He might also be like 60 something years old, but he gets like a memory. He gets a reboot every like 3 movies.
Yeah.
Dude, these guys should be the face of Duracell.
They keep going and going.
Isn't that Energizer?
Yeah, that's the Energizer. That's the Energizer bunny. You're getting the stuff mixed up,
Yeah.
man.
Duracell's the I remember the fireman commercials or whatever.
I just remember the bunny with little
Yeah, that's Energizer.
Energizer. Oh fuck!
Oh, that's
that-
interesting. R2D2 has never given a full memory wipe. Huh.
Yeah,
Which makes
because he's
sense,
the one that he's basically the one that remembers everybody and everything.
He's like a
I know.
Bible.
It's just
He's
very
a-
interesting.
And C3PO always gets wiped.
Yep.
I know.
They're like, he can talk. Shut him up.
You know who also was best robot?
Who?
The one that died at the end.
The big one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that
guy's
one,
my
the big
bro.
one, the big
Shit.
slug thing. Not the big
Yeah,
slug,
dude.
the big.
I like how he's
carrier
just
thing.
walking through half the episodes where people are getting fucking murked and no one's like, stop that droid. They're just like, he's fine.
He doesn't talk good.
He's just like, I'll go over
He
here
has no
now."
feelings.
It's like fucking Marv
From
Hitchhikers.
that's who I was thinking too. He's just
Oh my
like,
god! Holy crap! Yeah.
I'm just over here. Don't
I
worry.
just want him to have oh fuck, what's that actor's name? Oh, his
The
name
voice actor?
always escapes me. Yeah, the one from
Oh.
Marv, freaking Snape, whatever his name is.
Oh, that's who
Severus
does
Snape?
the voice.
Yeah,
What?
Holy crap!
I
yeah,
don't remember his
I
name.
hear it now.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Dude,
Huh.
I feel like little Leia would need a lot of therapy after what she
I
went
never
through.
remember
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Fuck, I always
he
forget
rest
his
in
name.
peace.
God.
But yeah, that giant robot just needed Alan Rickman's voice coming out of him. Just
It's insane. I did not. You blew
I
my
didn't
mind
think
with
about
that.
that either. That's what you said. I'm like, yeah.
I will never see the movie again the same.
I won't. I haven't seen that movie for years, but man, that's still. Huh.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Now you know.
What would you rate this show? I'm gonna tell you. I think this is better than the latest trilogy.
Oh, that's easy.
There's just a
easy.
lot better
That's
than
not-
the latest
yeah,
trilogy.
That's not hard to. That's not a
Yeah.
high bar to clear. I mean.
Yeah, I'll shit on it first, I guess. I'll
What do you
give
give
it. How many episodes was it?
6.
Six.
That's a whole 3 movies.
Does
I
two
give it,
does 2 episodes make up?
A movie.
A 5.5.
5.5.
Really?
I think the last 2 episodes are good.
Did you
but
just take the average?
Yeah, basically. Well, I try to calculate in my head. I'm like, there's 2 good, 4 bad. So you average that out.
I didn't mind how it started.
I think the first episode was
Yeah.
very strong, and then the last 2 were pretty good, and the middle was just like meh. It's just fluff,
Meh,
I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
It's just a weak middle part.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's why I think it's an average show.
I mean, I
That's a
wasn't gonna be
5.
too far off. I was gonna give it 6. So
Would you
Am I going to give it the highest score? I'm giving it a
you
7.
probably will.
I was
mean,
gonna give it a 7 too.
Okay, you guys picked the same thing. It's just. I mean, it does. This show doesn't really. I don't think it completely justifies itself for me, and that's more why I put it the way it does. I feel like it had all the opportunities to do so,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't.
Because in my opinion, I'd give like episode 5 like a 9 and episode 6 like a 10.
Yeah.
But I'd give
You think
everything.
episode 6 is better than episode 5?
Personally, yeah.
Bro.
But
We're going to have a conversation about that too, I guess.
either way, the rest of the episodes were like 2s, 3s. They're just wasting
So
my time.
I just got to know this then. What do you rate? Have you seen Boba Fett?
Yes.
What do you rate Boba Fett then?
We
The
talked
Boba
about
Fett
this.
stuff. I don't remember what I rated.
Dude,
it.
I don't remember what we said. I got problems with that show too.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't here.
Because-
It was an off. It was
Yeah.
an off shoot.
Oh, okay. Then
Because I would say Boba Fett's like a 5 or a 4.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh,
yeah,
you said it was
where I
the
would-
Mandalorian season
No,
4.
no,
So I
season
can't
3.
put Boba Fett near Obi-Wan at all because Boba Fett's just worse.
yes, I agree with that. I think Boba Fett is probably a 4 because, well, the Boba Fett
Okay.
stuff I think is really bad. And
Yeah.
then when it goes to Mandalorian season 2, it gets better.
Yeah.
Mandalorian season 3.
Or season 3, whatever season it
Season
was. supposed to be.
2.5.
Yeah. Those episodes got better because it was Mandalorian at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my issue with rating, and I can understand where you're coming from, where you don't want it to be close, but
Yeah,
I think
no,
it's
I
also
get it.
I think it's also a question of in my eyes, it's the I guess I would say like the sin is greater the more I expected from it.
Yeah.
I didn't expect a lot out of Boba Fett.
No.
So just monkey brained it.
Yeah, I didn't
I
expect
think
a
that's
lot.
the thing. It's like
I
I
didn't
didn't
expect-
expect more
yeah.
from Boba Fett, but I didn't expect
I-
anything from Obi-Wan. So I think that's what's
for me.
happening right
For me,
here.
it was the opposite. It's like because I mean, I like Ewan McGregor as an actor. I like all these things. I like where they kind of hinted they wanted the story to go. So I expected a lot more out of Obi-Wan than Boba Fett. Boba Fett, I was just like, well, it's Boba Fett. I mean, he's a
guy
fan.
that's
He's
been lost
yeah.
for years.
I mean, he's a fan favorite character, but in the original trilogy, he has like 2 lines,
Those
right?
are
Yeah.
God tier lines.
And I like the character and I like the lore behind Mandalorians and all that stuff like that. But I never really expected a lot of that show because I didn't know what you could do with it and make it be amazing, right?
Yeah.
But this, I think I had a certain expectation of what I thought this story could be. And then it doesn't get, there's parts of it that get close, but a lot of it that is nowhere near it. So, I mean, that I feel like is worse for me.
I think these shows for me, I go almost in with like the rose-colored glasses, and then I finish it. I'm like, man, that was amazing. And then I sit on it for like half a day. I'm like, that sucked. What the fuck?
Oh, you call the podcast, we talk about it like, hey, that was pretty shit.
Because like, if you asked me what I thought about this show, probably yesterday, I would have been like, you know what, it was pretty good. Those last 2 episodes, make it like a 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
And now I'm like sitting on it, like we talked about. I'm like, the show is just bad.
I finished it on Thursday. Dude, the only thing I watched this show is because Michael tweeted a picture of like Obi-Wan fighting Darth Vader. I'm like, I have to watch this now.
I have like an insanely liked reply that's got me like 1,000 likes on Twitter. And
Shit.
I hate
Wow.
it. Because it's like a picture of Hayden Christensen with like the 501st, and they're like the 501st around him are like it's like a not credit, it's like a cast photo, and or behind the scenes photo. And all the 501st members are like stern face, kind of serious. And Hayden's just in the middle of them, just smiling. He's enjoying his life. And I'm like, oh, this is so funny. I just said something like I just like how Hayden is just smiling while everyone around him is just like stern. He's like, I murdered a bunch of children this scene. Just
he's like, I have
smiling.
a good life.
It was a great time. It
was a great time.
I would do it again.
10 out of 10 would do again.
I know.
He did do it again quite a few times.
Yeah, she just kept going, running and running and running, cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's the show.
But
It's
yeah.
Obi Wan. It's the Jesus show.
I'd recommend it still if you're obviously if you're a Star Wars guy. You're gonna watch it no matter what we say. If you're not, just watch the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Or watch the cool fight scenes of.
A bunch of montage of
All the fight scenes.
I mean, they're pretty dope.
They made the sabers feel like almost heavyish again,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I like. I like when it feels.
And they
like a
had
sword.
some of the prequel fighting style in the flashback, which is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say before we get before we end it, whenever they practice, they go fucking hard.
They're like, dude, he's trying to murder.
Yeah, that's what
Obi-Wan.
I'm like, dude, he's gonna kill him by accident, even though it's not. Is that how masters are made? Like they kill their master in the lightsaber fight, and it's like, I am now master.
That's how the Sith work, I guess.
That's true.
That's how
Kinda.
Sith works, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
editing has always just been aggressive. So
That's
Yes.
true.
Always been angry.
angry boy, angst.
Angst.
Angsty as fuck.
Makes sense. It was mid 2000s. All the angst. They should bring the angst.
He was a
back.
teenager in that scene, technically.
Dude, imagine
he-
if
He still had his little Padawan tail.
imagine if Luke had frosted tips. This would have made a whole different movie.
Oh, no.
Dude, they should bring the Padawan tails back.
The rat tails.
Yeah,
rat
the rat tails. Oh my god.
Are teenagers nowadays angsty?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought
I'm
they were
old
I think
man.
they're depressed.
That's
They're
it.
just depressed.
They're not.
We were
There's
angsty.
no anger. It's just depression.
They're just like, I gotta look forward to being an adult right now. What?
You know how we have those emotions where it's what are the 7 layers of grief or
The 7 stages of grief.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 stages.
it's
Yeah,
like
Sense
that,
of Grief, yeah.
but that's how every generation is.
Oh,
Would
they're,
they-
they're in the acceptance.
Yeah.
No, that's the next generation.
Oh, that's the
after.
last one. After everything
It's
goes
like,
to shit and everybody
oh.
dies, that's the last one.
Oh, so we were like, God, I hate being alive. And then they're like, damn, I wish I wasn't alive.
Yeah.
The next one's like, I'm alive,
I'm
I
alive,
guess.
I guess. That makes sense.
Anybody got anything else to say?
No, that's good. I'm done.
No,
It's a
not
wrap.
really.
Do you have any news?
I think I do. now. I don't. personally.
Not regarding this. I don't think.
If you got any news, it doesn't matter.
Are you posting
Yeah.
a video soon?
Season 4 of Kagi is announced.
So, oh yeah, that's true. I will be posting a video hopefully by the end of this week. I'm actually really excited about this one. It's an anime related one.
Ooh.
It's like every time we
And I'll-
talk, you're like about to post a video.
Yeah, I posted 2 videos last month.
Yep.
So I'm just saying.
Nice. It's on a
But
roll.
that one will be fun. I made a fun intro for that.
Ooh, nice.
There'll probably be a video in later July, actually based on Obi-Wan, with a new series I might be playing around with,
Nice.
All right.
where I might be rewriting Obi-Wan a little bit.
What has to be rewritten? I don't get it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I might be featured in a popular YouTube video soon. YouTuber.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
I
hell yeah.
accidentally slid into some DMs and something happened, and I might be.
You accidentally slid into. You just kind of. Is
Look.
this like a hentai episode? Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
my
basically.
cat walked all over my
Basically,
keyboard.
basically, the guy was like, "Hey, tell me about something." I'm like, "I just slid in," and he's like, "Let's talk." I'm like, "Okay."
Nice.
Noise.
I probably won't announce me being a part of it, but
Okay.
it's gonna be. I'll tell you guys who it is when we stop recording.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Michael's face reveal confirmed.
Yeah.
But sweet. Thank you everybody for listening to us ramble about this show.
Yep.
You know,
If you love Star Wars, I'm sorry.
I mean, I would say that for the last like
10 years.
10 years or so.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But-
Legend Season 2.
Oh, yes. That did get announced.
That's the animated one, right?
Yeah.
Dope.
Legends
wait.
Season 2?
The animated Star Wars?
Oh, you're talking about Tales of the Jedi.
No.
Do you remember
You know the anime stuff?
the anime Star
Legends
Wars?
Season 2.
Do we
Oh,
talk-
Visions.
Visions.
That's
It's Visions, not Legends. I was thinking Halo Legends. Halo Legends is the animated one.
Wait, Halo
Visions.
Legends is getting
Season 2.
season
Yeah, oh,
2?
Visions. I'm
Visions.
so excited about that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Visions
oh, God,
getting
yeah.
a season. My bad. Brain fart.
No, you
We're like,
confused me so. I was like,
At least you knew what I was talking about. Michael's the only one. Like, I am so confused.
Like, see, he's the one that understands Star Wars. We're like, I know what he's talking about. We're stupid too. It's fine.
Dude, we're sharing that same brain cell.
We always have.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. If you like the show or whatever is, I don't know. If you didn't like our takes, it don't matter. You know what to do. Comments and stuff.
Yell at us in the comments.
Yeah.
And if-
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
he's
Yeah,
a Star
bug
Wars
in.
guy. He understands.
He knows. He
the
feels your
fact
pain.
that I was able to remember a lot of Star Wars lore just off the top of my head proves a lot.
He's a Star Wars encyclopedia.
It's okay. I'm going to have this problem when we eventually have to go through the Lord of the Rings show. So
I can't
Oh,
wait.
gosh.
I can't wait
I
for
can't
that.
wait.
yeah, it's going to be
For that shit show.
Yeah, it's gonna
Great show.
be painful.
I can't wait for the Game of Thrones sequel.
Oh my God.
prequel?
No more.
No, the sequel.
It's a sequel.
Well,
Yeah.
there's another one with just
With Snow.
Jon Snow.
Yeah, they announced it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thanks
sure.
for watching.
Yep.
Come check us out at Anime Expo. We'll be doing something there too.
Sure. Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah. We'll be doing
We'll be
something.
there talking
We'll
to
be doing
people.
something.
Will you be there, Michael?
I wasn't invited, so no.
You don't want to fly to California right now?
When is it?
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not happening.
Next weekend. But yeah, we'll be there and stuff and
Yeah.
gloriousness. All right. Peace, people.
Peace.
See ya.